Hi, everybody. Hi, how are you today? Hi, everybody. I don't know what happened again. Thank you for joining. I'm trying to wait for Enifome. If you're there, can you request, please? Hi, Annie. If you can just request, send a request. I'm trying to look for you. Hi, Enifome. Can you please send a request to join? I think it's your handle is what I need to. Hi guys, sorry about that. I had a call came in. Hi everyone. I'm waiting for our guests. We had to do this today because there's a lot going on tomorrow. I have a meeting tomorrow and my guest is also busy. So I decided to push it forward that it's okay to talk about today. I'm super excited about our conversation. It's about the diary of a well woman and how to live again. Glad and excited. Yes, I think she's here. Yeah. Morning, I just accepted you.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. I can see you.
I can see you. You're wearing glasses. You have a red lipstick on.
Don't mind. I thank you for joining, Rolake.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Your camera is not on for some reason.
I can see my sis Rolake. My camera is on.
Oh.
I can see your face. I can see my face. So maybe we should ask those that are joining. Can you see my face?
Can you
So we
see her?
know. So we'll know whether I need to go off and come back on. But I can see my face, basically.
I can't see you.
Let's
Can you
ask
see it?
those that are on. Can you please see
Guys,
my
can you see
face?
her? Can you see Annie's face? Are we both visible?
Can everyone see my face? Can everyone see my face? Please let me know if you can see my face. Let me know.
Thank you for joining.
We're looking out for the comments. Can you see my face? Are you sure they're even hearing me? Because nobody's answering. Maybe I should just go off and come back.
Yeah,
Because I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'll go off and come back.
Thank you guys for joining. I'm just waiting for my guests to join. Can you see her? Hi, thank you for joining. This can be so funny sometimes. Oh, can you see and hear both of us together? Ife, can you see and hear both of us? Thank you for joining, guys. We are talking about the diary of, for some reason, she's not pulling up on my. Oh, I see. Okay, maybe it's from my end. I don't know why that happened. I just accepted you again.
So can you see me now?
No, but it's okay. Let's just go.
Then it's from you because I can see you. They can see us. So I don't know why.
Yeah, they said they can see us. That's fine. I don't know why.
Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone.
Everybody. I don't want to miss the comments and but that's fine. They said they can see us both. That's okay. Yeah. So let's do it. I can't see you, but that's totally fine. How are you? Thank you for joining. This IG live sometimes can surprise you. I had one last week and my guest could not see me either. But I could see both of us. I could see both of us, but that's fine.
Wow.
Thank you, Enifome, for joining Enifire.
Thank you for having me.
It's so nice to have you. So quickly, we've tried to, I'm running for another meeting after this. So let's do this. Super excited. Can you please introduce yourself? I'd love to have you just tell, there is no better person that can tell your story like you do. So you are the one that knows the best action words to describe yourself with. Thank you guys for joining. It's going to be a great conversation. Please share. We're talking about the diary of a well woman, how to live again. So over to you, my friend.
Well, this introduce yourself thing always gets me like, you people should just introduce me. I'm used to introducing people, but when they say introduce yourself, I'm like, anyway, well, basically.
I get you, Enifome. No, see, it's paining me that I can't even see your face right now. But the important thing is that there's no better person that can describe yourself.
Of course, sure, of course.
As you are. Yeah. And in a more conventional maybe environment, I can do it for you if you want me, but I just feel like please do us the honor.
Well, my name is Enifome. That's my real name. That's my real name. Like that's the name that my parents gave to me.
And right? What does it mean, by the way? I really love that name. I really like the name.
It actually means good things of life fits me.
Oh my my goodness. That's lovely.
Exactly.
That's what I love about
Yes.
African names. We have names with meaning. Good things of life fits me.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Well, three words describe me, and it's life giver, waymaker, problem solver. But generally, I'm a reformer, and I'm usually attuned towards transformation, reformation, just leaving people, places, and things better. That's one thing that I am, right? So every other tool that I use, those are expressions. But basically, I like to describe myself as fire because there's nothing that encounters me and stays the same. That's just what it is, right? I am aware that I am fire. So wherever I go to, things just give way. Like waves begin to red seas begin to part,
I
things that
love
are
it.
not normal begin to become normal. I'm there to make things better. I'm there to restore things to the original intention of God. So if you come in contact with me and you've not yet, maybe you have been existing, or you've been living a life that God did not um, ordain for you, or you're on a path that God did not ordain for you, you will most likely get realigned. So
I love it. I love it. That's very unique. And the one I love most about you is that description of fire. I
yeah.
describe myself as an elevator. I describe myself as the encounter with people that they have with me during the coaching session, or maybe beyond that, is the glow. I live everywhere with that touch of glow. So that's amazing.
Amazing.
And actually, that's what God actually gave me, and the assignment that, okay, because you're going to do this, this is what will happen after every encounter. And it's been amazing, I tell you. So I understand perfectly well what you're saying. That
Yes.
is really lovely.
Yeah.
But I want you to talk more about, I know you're into helping women live again. And that really resonates with me because I have the same call as an elevator as well, like I was discussing with you. So tell me your experience so far. What is that passionate story that has touched your heart so much that you're willing to share about what it takes for a woman to see the need to live again, and also to see the need to live again before we now proceed into talking about being living a wellness life, cultivating that wellness habit, living that well-structured life. Are you able to talk about that?
Of course, of course.
Thank you guys for
That's
joining.
why I'm here. That's why I'm here. So you see, why is it important for a woman to live again?
Mm,
I'll give you I'll give you I'll give you some examples, right? Um let me look for um let me look for someone in the Bible that really lived again. Let me try to find someone in the Bible. The woman at the well. The woman at the
yes,
well.
okay. Mm,
She had an identity, right? She
mm-hmm.
had an identity of, oh, you've been married to how many husbands? Like 5 husbands,
5,
right?
yeah.
So they knew her as a, what we call in these times, Olosho. Whatever they call the people that are runs babes or whatever, right? They knew her as a donatus, as they say sometimes. You donate, 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 donate. Well, that's what she was known for. So that was her past. Now she met Jesus, and he told her, I will give you water. This water, because whatever is making her to be going up and down, she's looking for something. But it's not by going up and down. You will never be filled, though. But this one I will give you, the living waters of God. You will never, ever thirst again.
Mm.
And now, that woman started to go into the community, into the town, to tell people, come and see what I've seen, oh, come and see what I've seen, oh, come and see what I've seen, oh. That woman is an example of a woman that lived again in the Bible, because her old life was gone. She encountered Jesus and she got the new life. And she started living in the new life. And because of that new life, she became famous, because we wouldn't have heard about her. We wouldn't have known her if she was just in one corner with her 5 husbands. But because she encountered Jesus, she was willing to receive Jesus, like receive him. Because what if she had just said, who you be? Who be this? I beg you. Now, man, I never see before. You know how many men I don't marry? You know, that kind of thing. Like, I can't. Or she even tried to seduce Jesus or whatever. I don't know. But she opened herself up to him to say, okay, I want to listen to what you're saying, right? And she benefited from that. And that changed her name. It was bye-bye to the old and welcome to the new, right? And that woman, because of that, she became famous. Because of that, she won a lot of souls to, for God. Her life was, people don't really talk about the 5 husbands. They really focus on the woman at the well, right? Because she lived again. So if that woman had not lived again, let's say that woman had been merely existing, settled for her beg, I'm not thinking myself. I can't keep myself. Did I create myself? Who will leave me with my 5 husbands? Oh, and she had settled for whatever it is that life had thrown at her, right? Nobody would have known her. She would have probably given birth to a daughter that would have married 10 husbands or 15, if not 20, because patterns are usually repeated for the next generation and worse. So if she had not done what she needed to do and changed the course of her life by her action, she would have been forgotten. Nobody would have known her. She would have lived a life of, I don't know, a wasted life. And those coming ahead of her would have maybe walked in her path. This brings me to our current age and time. Why is it necessary for a woman to live again? What is really the need? Like, is it by force? Can't I just be? Please let me breathe or whatever, right? Why is it important for a woman to live again? You see, a woman is a, I'm trying to look for the word. A woman is a system. A woman is a gate. A woman is an institution. I don't know. Like, a woman is not just a woman. A woman is, you know what they call that thing that is carrying codes? A woman is, I don't know what else to use to describe a woman. A woman is like God coming into a generation to help a generation. So he now sends a woman. I don't, like, a woman is a helper by design. So she comes into the world to fulfill God's mission in a family, in a generation. Take a look, just check everything. Check Esther. Check, what's that lady's name? That girl, that woman that went to go and save the last descendant of David. I keep forgetting her name all the time. Is it Jehoboam or something? Check.
Ruth?
No, not Ruth. The one that there was, the last seed of David was going to die. She had to hide him. I think it's Jehoboam. Now, there was also Jochebed, Moses' mother. There was also Deborah. Let's just leave these 4 women. Let's just leave these 4 women and use them as an example. Look at Esther. When it was time to save the Jews, it was Esther that went and saved them. When it was time to save Moses, it was Moses' mother that stood and said, no, this particular child will not die. When it was time to save that last seed of David, it was Jochebed that stood and said, I have to save this child. When it was time for Deborah to arise, she arose. Now, If those women had not stood up, had not lived, had not stepped into their office, had not said, you know what, even if I have to die doing what I'm doing, I would do it. That we would have, I don't think there would have been a deliverer for the children of Israel. I don't think the Jews would have been delivered from that king, the wicked king, or Esther's husband. What was that his name? Is it Xerxes, or what was his name?
Esther was yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And
so
the Jochebed, the Jehoram that saved David's seed, if she had not said, I need to, if she had not understood why she was in that palace at that time, that would have been the end of David's lineage with all the prophecies that God gave David. If the woman had not stood up and saved the last seed of David, that would have been the end. Let's even look at Mary. If Mary had not said, we carry this Jesus that you are saying, what are the odds that he would have come? Yes, he might have found someone else, but she was willing, she was there, she was like, you know what, I will go on this assignment. Now, when a woman does not live again, it affects the entire generation coming after her. When a woman chooses to just exist, settle, and say, let me just, please don't leave me, let me just be on my own, I don't want anybody to know me, please, I better go, I'm managing my life, let me just be as I'm. You are living for yourself, you are settling for whatever it is that life has thrown at you. You are not really ready to go and endanger in quotes. You're focused on self-preservation. So self-preservation and living again does not go together. Because for you to live again, there has to be a death and life on the other end. Living again is dying to live. It's literally being crucified with Christ. Dying. You cannot live, like really live the abundant life that Jesus Christ died for if you don't die. I mentioned this in my book as one of the first steps to living again. You will die. The Bible says, except a corn of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it abideth alone. So people are focusing on abiding alone. Please, let me amass for myself, my dog, my cats, my children, my what's it that? Please help me with different things that people have. You know, I. Everything about you is I.
my jewelry, yeah.
I will go,
I
this,
love
that. That's the only thing I'm focused on. If that is anyone that is focused on I, as much as it looks like she's living that vida loca, that woman is not living. She's not truly living. Because the truly, how, as in what Jesus Christ means when he says, I am come that they might have life and life abundantly. Is not, you cannot live the way Jesus Christ intends you to live, like, you know, with the resurrection power of God and everything, renew you from the inside out and be thinking about yourself alone. So, if when a woman does not, you know, and just say, let me just settle, let me just, well, please, nobody should know my story. Please, I went through this, but let me give it to myself. Nobody should know. No. That woman is not thinking of the many women that will be blessed by her life. She's not thinking of, who will I liberate from this, my story? I was raped. But if I can speak up, many people will have the guts, they will have the confidence to speak up. No, me, nobody, please don't, me, myself, my name, my fame, my reputation, my, I. When that woman does not live again because she's treading carefully, she's always afraid, she's always trying to be, please, self-preservation. What happens is that nonsense will continue in her lineage. When I don't want to miss word, nonsense. You know what is nonsense? Nonsense. What is nonsense? Rubbish. Let's say before the woman came, there was some nonsense happening. Like maybe women just get pregnant anyhow, for example. That's their pattern in their own family. The woman and say, please, I don't want, I beg, let me just bomb my own picking and go somewhere, I beg, now. That kind of woman, that kind of woman that is doing that kind of thing, but the best that can happen is nobody will know her. She will just come and go like a statistic. Like, who even passed? Did anybody pass? Nobody saw her. Now, the chances that her own daughter will come again and face the same problem is very, very high. You know why? Because the Bible says that while men slept, the enemy came and sowed tares in their wheat. So if the woman does not live again, those coming ahead of her, they don't have any chance of living again. As in, they will exist. Because if you could not do it, why do you think the people coming ahead of you will have the strength or the sense or the knowledge that it even exists? You see, many of us went through things we had no business going through. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because those coming ahead of us, some of them were not aware. When I was growing up, one of the biggest lies that I've checked in my life, and if you ask me what is the biggest lie I've heard in my entire life, let me tell you the lie. Sarah. Hey, this is a lie. Oh, we were singing the song. When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? This is what she said to me. Sarah. Whatever
you will
will be.
will
Now
be.
lie.
I
Iro,
love
no iro,
you, girl. You are fire.
no iro. What will be will not be if you don't make it be. In fact, the reason why you were born is to make it be. Ha! The reason why God sent you to this earth is to make it be. So if you think that what will be because you just sang Sarah, or because you are pretty, or because you wear blonde wig, or because you wear makeup, or because you know how to dress well, it is the inside that controls the outside. So if you don't live again, and by living I mean to really find out what is this, why am I here? What am I even doing here? In this family that I came to, this family that I was born into now, I'm number 2, number 1, number 3, number 4, number 5, number whatever. Why? Question things. Find out, why do they wait for 10 years before they, why is it that everybody check for the pattern, the thing that is predominant in your family? Oh, I don't know what happened though. Whenever when they go to school, they always come out with bad grades. I don't know. Let me give you an example. So let me use myself as an example. Intelligent girl, look at me now, beautiful. So it's not even a question of am I fine or am I not fine. I am beautiful and wonderfully made by God. So thinking that, okay, when I go to school, you're serving, your parents will teach you, of course, to be in the ways of God. So once you're a Christian, once you're beautiful, once you go to school, once you, what are all those things that they tick for us? You go to school, please help me.
You
Finish
get
school.
a degree, you get a job, you marry, you start having kids.
All those things that they give us. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm okay. I read a good course, civil engineering. Female engineer, hot one for that matter. What is it? That kind of thing. Praying, going to church. I now noticed that I was manifesting a result. I was experiencing something I kept saying, never. God forbid. Yeah, never. I experienced it though. I was not wondering, but I did all I knew to do. I was everything that I thought I was. That's what I was telling myself. I didn't know that. I did not know that when it comes to patterns, patterns do not respect your English. They don't respect your beauty. They don't, God. They don't respect, patterns do not respond to English. They don't respond to.
Pattern will rip your wig off of your head.
Hey, Jesus. I had to start asking questions like, God, why did this thing that I kept saying, never, God forbid, why did it happen to me? And God said to me, He said that many times we ignore the inside and we focus on the outside. We don't think about what we're thinking. We don't really focus on the nature, like what's the state of the inside. We're just so focused on the outside. And there are laws, there are things that he already created that he's not going to change. No, one of those laws is as a man thinks in his heart, so he is. So even if you like, go to church. If you like, fast, go to the mountain, sleep there, don't eat for 10 days. In fact, oh my goodness. In fact, do dry fasting till your neck is long like Nepal pole. Eh? If you don't focus on your insides, if you don't pay attention to what is going on inside, and by that I mean, what are the things that have, the kind of thoughts you've been thinking over the years? What is the significant, defining, important, whatever kind of experience you had that you observed growing up that has somehow rubbed off, you've taken it in. What are the things that you've swallowed into your heart? Because it's what is in your heart that you will produce. It's not, that's why people don't get their prayers answered, because there's no heart and mouth alignment. The heart is saying one thing, the mouth is saying something else. The mouth is saying something, the heart is saying something else. Everything is just in, but nothing is happening. That was my own issue. I had experienced negative patterns because the devil had a seed. He had something to hold. I was bitter. I witnessed my father, being mean. I grew up with a mean father. Like, my father was in the military and he turned his house to a mini barrack. So imagine growing up, my father is telling you, come here, shut up, stand up. That was what I knew. So there were some things he was doing that I did not understand, that I did not like, and I did not have any outlet to pour it. I did not know. Nobody was. Do you understand? So even though I kept saying like, me, never, God forbid, I had some baggages. That's the word, baggages, like smelling baggages that I did not know about. I defined for outside. I did achieve my goals. But inside, I was carrying trauma. No, it was smelling. That's just it. So it affected my decisions. It affected the quality of my life. It affected everything about my life. But I did not know until God began to open my eyes to see that this is the thing that brought you to where you are. So if you are going to truly live, you would need to pay attention to this inside. And that's where the work now started from. So when one does not live again, you leave a lot of liabilities for those coming ahead of you. The work you do not do, your children will do it. Since it's a simple thing. If you choose to be insignificant, your children will be insignificant. It's not rocket science. If you choose to exist, your children will exist. And if they have to live, like really live, they will suffer. Hey, they will go through a lot just because you were telling yourself that it's just a coincidence, when people experience it, it's just using English to explain something that you should be dealing with. Let's take the example of the case that happened in Nigeria with the man who had cervical cancer clinic. He raped his niece. The wife found out, and the wife reported him. People came for her. A wise woman builds a home. See, as a woman that wants to live again, one of the things that you will do is break stereotypes, break nonsense traditions and cultures that have stayed long in a place, in a region, in your family. You will question it. You will go there and you will break it. See, this woman said, this man has been doing things like this. I've been forgiving him. But this one, no. A minor, under my roof, he would drug her and he would rape her niece. He would drug her and he would rape her niece, not once, for over 2 years. I'll be almost 2 years. This is what he was doing. So this woman,
how old was this? Wow, terrible.
The girl was like 13. How many years? I don't know how many years she was. I don't know. I don't know the details of the age. But this man was an unrepentant rapist that felt he had connection, that felt that nobody can touch, nobody can. His wife went to report him. People came for her. Hey, why is the man? it is foolishness. The Bible says that he that covereth his sin will not prosper. So a woman that is existing is a woman that will see nonsense happening in her home and say,
And
for
be
peace to
quiet
reign,
about it.
for peace to reign, let me just manage. So what will I do? Let me explain what God told me. God said, many of the things we think is peace, that we are protecting because of peace, that it is an illusion. That the peace we think we have when we cover up and we accept nonsense is not peace. It's an illusion of peace. That literally people are sitting on a time bomb when they cover nonsense. Their time bomb, it will still explode. The question is when. So this, I'm afraid. I don't want anybody to say, I don't want, what will people say? What will people say? What will people say? You are living in fear. If you read my book, you see where I said that God delivered us from those who from the fear of death were subject to bondage. Fear of death includes fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of whatever, rejection. Everything is inside that fear of death. Because you are afraid to die. And that death, you are afraid to die. That thing you are protecting. That thing, hey. That is the thing that will finally kill you. Or kill your children's children.
So true.
That's just it. So if a woman does not live again, it doesn't just affect her. First of all, she will die like mumu deaths, insignificant deaths, because she will still die. The issue is what kind of deaths? She will not leave her name in the sands of time. She will not make any impact. It's as good as she just came and went. Who are you? And when women don't live again, see, let me tell you, and I'm saying this to women that are listening to me, because I hear people say, because of my children, what will I do now? Because of my children, you think can annoy me. Your children should be the reason for you to live. That should be part of your motivation. They should be saying and say, hey, that's my mama. Hey, they should be proud when they see you. Not you say because of now, because of because of you, that's why I serve God. Because of you, that's why I follow my dream. Because how do you think the child is feeling? Like, so me, I'm a pain, I'm a problem. That's why because of me. Do you understand? So shun the excuses. Live, truly live. It's expensive, it's difficult, it's hard, it's painful. If you ask the seed in the ground what it went through while trying to stretch and deal with that dark ground and with all the termites and all the things inside there, if you ask the seed will tell you, Mama, I know it's you. But when that seed begins to bloom and blossom, it is the fruits. People will come, and after generation, they're still plucking the seed from the seed you sowed, from the death that you died. That death that you died so that your generation will live, so that God can, his agenda in your generation can come to pass, even if it is uncomfortable. People coming ahead of you, they will continue to reap the benefit. They'll say, I don't know what I just came out though, and I got a job. I don't know what I just did though. I just went somewhere, and it was so easy. Soft life. Well, if you want your children to have soft life, in fact, if you want to have soft life, it's first of all hard life before soft life. You have to die.
I love. Wow.
There's so much at stake. You can't be okay just being, being existing. No. You are losing so much, but it's just that you don't know.
I love. Can you hear me? Oh my goodness.
I can hear you, of course, I can hear you.
Oh my goodness. See, before this is so I'm having chills all over my body, and I could see the fire in you. I couldn't just interrupt you because no, people just need to hear this. Women need to hear this. There are women in my circle of coaching currently that are going through so much in terms of marital abuse that they are just there. Oh dear. I'm so lost for words right now. You hit the nail. I don't even know what to backtrack to one after the other. But talking about living again, And I love the illustration of the woman at the well, the Good Samaritan woman. I've been doing a study on her recently too. I realized and discovered that the reason why women go through that process of moving from one place to another, even within, I think that various type of women, I'm still doing that study to really see. Some are really settlers, that they are okay settling with, and that's settler mentality, or how do I put it best, comes with cultural and it comes with culture and tradition.
Yes.
It comes with
conditioning.
It's a conditioning. Thank you. It's a conditioning, while others undo, but in all of this is aftermath or results of abuse, of something you're dealing with within, or maybe even something that you are meant to be and you're not yet be, and you're not just able. You're not just able to find that rest until you keep going from one to another. That's why I like the story of that woman, the Good Samaritan woman you opened up with. Because what she was doing, from one man to another till the fifth one, she was literally looking for one that will match what she had seen of herself within. She was looking for a man that would complement her purpose. She was looking for somebody to validate her. You know that, and that, but she never saw in those different faces. If you there was a movie I watched also about it. Jesus, the actor who acted as Jesus, was literally telling our stories about each of those men, what kind of men they were. The one that abused her, the one that smells when he's sleeping. So each of those men had something that she could not stand.
Cope with.
And that kept her moving from one spot to another. You know, till Jesus found her. I'm writing a book currently on what's you nailed it. I don't know. I wish I could. I could see you right now and hold you, because what you went deep into is what a lot of women are going through today. It's what a lot of women, a lot of them a lot of us are afraid to speak out. I'm on phone or maybe during coaching. You can do this because of your children. You can't keep quiet. You just have to
you're
leave.
Killing them. You're literally killing
them. You're killing your generation. You are killing your purpose. You're killing your purpose. You're killing, and that's where the well-being starts from. See, I think we're in a culture and a tradition or a society when we just want to be putting plaster on the wound instead of really, really digging down and treating the wound.
Instead of treating it. Yes.
Instead of treating it, and you're going like, it's okay, just bandage it for me. I can carry. For how long are you going to carry bandage? Oh my goodness!
You know, Sebi, the glasses is raining now. Just buy one colored eyeglass, cover your tears. See, God.
People are weeping inside. You are carrying. You see like carrying expensive, buying things to cover up that pain. Buying, not being able to see all of this trace of this Good Samaritan woman. When a woman begins to see a trend and a pattern of always moving, you're just wanting to do something. You need to sit down. Why am I doing this? Just like you said. So you nail it perfectly. Go to your roots. Find, let's deal with this. You need to deal with this issue. I went through it a lot. I had to sit down and look at my life, do a total
sit with yourself.
assessment.
Running up and down. The answers you're looking for,
Coaches, get help. Everything is this about, it's almost very difficult to do it alone without having some sort of support and assistance.
Yes, exactly.
But I also love the beautiful things that you said about who a woman is. Before we started the live, I wrote something down. I said that I believe that every woman is called, I said, I think the major purpose of every woman every successful woman is to mentor another woman, is to help another woman, is to impact another woman. Because if we don't do it for ourselves, nobody is going to do it for us. And it's so sad that we cover up so much. We cover up so much. I just want people to please share this, watch it again. This is not the normal pattern. And whenever I want to do live, I'm always like, okay, God, what's the direction? Who do you want me to speak? And your name just came out. I couldn't even start to ask you the normal question the way I usually do it, but I just felt that God was speaking through you this moment and this time. And that I'm so grateful for. I'm so grateful. One thing I see that holds a lot of women back is fear. Fear, so much fear of the unknown. So much fear of the unknown. I love what I am doing with this, and I love that it's been a great conversation with the kind of people that come in, because we are trying to change the status quo. We're trying to be, because we as lights cannot come live and be just giving people motivations and just be, massaging their pain and their ego. We can't do it. We just have to speak the truth. We just have to show the light. We just have to show the way. What? So a lot of women are held back with this fear of the unknown. How would they break out from it?
Okay, so this is it, right? The fear that you're experiencing, if you're listening to me, you're a woman. The fear you're experiencing is tied to something you desire. So let me explain it now. So if I desire to be famous, and I know that if I do something, that thing will stop my desire or affect my ambition or that which I want, which is to be famous, I would be so scared to do that thing, because I'm really I don't want anything that will affect that dream or that whatever of being famous. So whenever fear comes, in fact, when the devil wants to introduce fear to a person's life, he introduces it based on what the person is afraid of. So Job says, that which I fear the most has come upon me, right? So there's something you are afraid of. That's why you are crippled by fear to take action towards a direction, because that action that you're taking, you are afraid that it will affect that thing you're afraid of. If you're not afraid of something, if you're not afraid of something, you will nothing can be, you can't hold me. It's like me now. See, I'm a dead woman. Oh. Let me say it again. I am dead. One of my affirmations in the Live Again this thing that we use in my group coaching is, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live, but the life I live now is, if you check me from my times of before till now, If you knew me when I was in secondary school, if you know me now, you would testify that the Enifome that is living now is a new Enifome. Sincerely speaking, I thought I was all that, and then I died. And the woman I am today is the one I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. The reason why you are afraid to die is because you still think that that's your castle that you built, that your palace in quotes. Is you know, you've not gotten a picture of the future that God has laid in store for you. See, the truth of the matter is this: your future is stored in your heart, and you cannot give what you don't have. All the things you have been thinking about from when you were small till now, all your mindset, your beliefs, your everything, all the programming, everything that is inside here is what you produce. Even if you like, where whatever, travel to the next country. If you like, go to 5 different countries. It is a goat in Nigeria that is a goat in the abroad. A monkey in Nigeria will not become a lion abroad. So the inner work that you have to do, I wish I can tell you that you can avoid it. You cannot avoid it. You see, you cannot. Even if you avoid it, it will be to your own detriment. So just do the work already. So as I was saying, that fear, the Bible says, he that preserves his life, he will lose it. But
I love it.
To lose his life will gain it. The problem is that many men are not ready to lose their lives, in quotes. The life I've built. Oh, I've been 10 years in this thing. Oh, I've been, they know me as this. Oh, people see me as this. Oh, they perceive me to be this. It's not what they perceive you to be. It is who you truly are. It is who you really are. Hey, God. Oh. So let me tell you when I'm afraid. They're afraid because there is a desire that they have that action that they would take. It's not really what people will really say like that, though. Is that thing they want that is dependent on what people will say. That what people will say will affect. I'm trying to direct it back to the woman, because you see, everything rests on you. When you shift, everything shifts. When you decide, everything will take shape. When you take shape, everything will take shape. So the problem that you think is outside is actually you. There is something you are really, really afraid of. There's something you have in your head that this is how it should be, that you are trying to protect. That's why you can be so scared that what people will do on the outside can affect you, but it started from you. Is the seed is inside you.
So good. So good.
You. Because if you're ready to die and say, Lord, I don't want to be right. I don't even want to know what I'm doing. See, let me tell you, sis, it got to a point.
That's the way.
When you're intelligent, you always want to be in control. You always want to, plan yourself. You always want to.
I love it.
Let me know what I'm doing. So for me, my life is what I used to teach. You know why? My life is an encyclopedia of knowledge, lessons, wisdom. I've been through literally everything. And I used to wonder why in those days. But when I started to fulfill purpose, I understood why God allowed all those things to happen. Because what say I won't talk? What say I won't teach? If my life is not the lesson. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So for me, I always like to be in control. I like to arrange everything. Hey, it was a series of different things that happened to me to make me understand that you're not that important like that. Like, God is keeping you here for a purpose. You better align. It was a series of different things that got me to now really look at it and say, wait, with all my calculations, see where I still ended up. With all my analysis and over analysis and, dy dx with my engineering mind, see where I ended up. I surrender all to you. Because how much do you even know, really? So you are looking at yourself. I always say, and I will post it one day because I've written it in my list. Self-doubt is a symptom of pride. It's a symptom of pride because you feel that you are something. You don't know that it is only God that's giving you life, and the life He's giving you, He's gonna ask you what to use it to do. So you think that because you are in your Mordecai told us that don't think that you are safe. Oh, don't think that you are safe now. You are feeling cool. You are now in the palace. So you want to be left hand be blowing.
Don't forget yourself.
Don't forget yourself there. When women are forgetting themselves, they've entered marriage, forgetting themselves. They've entered some jobs, forgetting themselves. They've achieved some level of success and forgetting themselves. They've arrived. They feel that they've arrived. It's because you've not caught a glimpse
of who
you are
going.
in the spirit, of who God made you and where He's taking you. That's why you think you've arrived. Whatever you think you have built as a castle, if it is not on the rock, only like this, one small pekem, one small calamity, one small adversity, one small thing like this, everything will come crumbling down. But some of you actually need that thing to crumble down so that your life can now be built by God Himself. Because except the Lord builds a house, they build in vain that build it. So you think you have built, you are feeling cool. You better go to God yourself, or you wait for Him to come and be the one to humble you. The Bible says, humble yourself and you'll be exalted. Many women are thinking that thing, see, hey, let me tell you what happened. I thought I was something. You don't understand, like, you know, when you think like, my intelligence, my calculation, my brain, my beauty, my this, my that. Hey, everything I thought I was building in my own strength, in my own way, according to my own way, everything crashed. I started my life from scratch. Like, you know what is scratch? You know what? Scratch is like scratch. I started from scratch. I don't exist though without God. Sincerely speaking, if you remove God from my life, you can't find me. Because I don't exist outside you. I don't. Where? What do I want to? The woman I am today is the one that God has built, that God has made, line upon line, precept upon, like He had to bring the whole structure down. So what I'm saying is this: God might need to scatter something to rebuild it. I'm an engineer. You see all these houses that are on the road and all these things. People, there's a lot of demolition going on now, right? Because it was not in the plan, according to them, of Lagos State. So there is something you are building that, if it is not in God's plan, doesn't matter how beautiful it is. Look at those fine mansions now being pulled down. You built a mansion. Clap for yourself. Except the Lord builds a house. It is the one that He builds that will stand the test of time. That is the one that even when you are gone, they'll be like, our grandmother, our great-grandmother, Enifome, our great-great-great-grandmother, Enifome. That woman was a force. Because she was, I am. Because she lived, I can live. She chose not to exist. And today, I can now say that I am the descendant of Enifome. Hey, God. Oh. See, God needs to open your eyes. That thing you think you are, that is your problem. That is why you are scared. You are scared of losing your life. That's the real problem. He that preserves his life, guess what? You will still lose the life. Oh, that's the simple truth. So the best thing, like
is
Jonah,
to choose.
Jonah, guess
Choose.
what? Jonah, when I try to explain to my children about disobedience, I tell them that, guess what? You either decide to go to Tarshish with your packet suit and your clean clothes, or you will still go to Tarshish with poo-poo from the belly of the fish, and you will still go. Because we do not see where the Bible wrote it that after they vomited him, Yama was all over his body. We just vomited him, just started going to Tarshish like that. Bam. I'm sure that when Jonah came out of that fish, hey, he's 99 to kill that, kill you. He needs to kill you. There was a time in my life where I had gone through what I went through, and I just kept saying, Father, kill Enifome. And I did not know what I was saying. I was praying in tongues. I started screaming, kill Enifome, kill Enifome. You know what I was doing? That Enifome, because the thing that is holding you is not somebody, oh. It's not village people, oh. It's you. There is something in you that is stopping you. There is something you're holding on to about you that you feel makes you you. But the you have seen is not, you need to align to the you that God has seen. Because the you have seen is a tip. It's not even the real you. The only way you can see the real you is if God really shows you who you truly are. I had to pray. God, kill Enifome. That is why when I sometimes my children say, hey, I said, there was something like this, so I did something when I was a child, when I was a young adult. They say, hey, you. They can't understand. It's not. They can't relate. Why? Because this Enifome is the one created by God. This might sound some to people like, I was created by God before now. Yes, but there is life has happened. You know, you observe things, you learned things on the way, you picked up things, you became somebody. Sometimes even when an abuser abuses you, you become someone that you're not. Life can make you into something or someone that you are actually, make you into a person that is totally different from who God has called and designed you to be. So yeah, I believe that the reason why many women are scared is because there is something they desire that fear is tied to. And if only, the Bible says, delight yourself in the Lord, He will give you the desires of your heart.
Of your heart.
What that means is that your desire, if you are willing to lay it down for God and say, God, look at it now, check it. When Hannah laid her life down and said, Lord, I will give my son to you. I desire a son, but I give him to you. Look at, check it now. That thing you're holding on to, Isaac was dear to Abraham. What is your Isaac? What is your Isaac? That's what the enemy is using to hold you, because you're not willing to let your Isaac, you're not willing to drop it. Your Isaac might be the house you have built. It might be how many years you have stayed in marriage. The man is beating you every day. You want to be able to brag and say 30 years in marriage. 30 years. 30 years of pain. I'm not saying you should leave your marriage, because that one alone is another thing I teach.
Absolutely. That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying.
Yes, that one is another story, because you need to go to God concerning your marriage and prove beyond every reasonable doubt. Like, before you leave your marriage, I always tell women, you must have done your best test. Like, you have checked everything, because the devil will come at you. He will come at you. He will accuse you. No, let's not even go there. You must be sure that you are really following God. So I don't always say, I'm tired. The way the man looked at me, you're not serious. You are not dead yet. You are still alive. Let's not even go there. Right? But when God is rocking a boat, or when a boat is being rocked, it's not every time it's the devil. It's not every time it's the devil. Sometimes it's God, causing a shaking so that He can establish His own will. Because maybe when you went to go and do it, it was your will. It was you, your desire that you wanted. Now God is saying, let my desire be made known. And you're saying, no, my desire. Drop your desire. And guess what? I always use an analogy. I'm sorry, let me just round up. When you say, God, I want a ring, and God is saying, take this teddy bear, like a picture that I saw of one girl that's, just was giving her one teddy bear. God is saying, take teddy bear. You say, no, I want a ring. God is saying, take this teddy bear. No, I want a ring. Your ring is your desire. The teddy bear is God's desire for you. Now, you say, no, I want a ring. Guess what? You now say, okay, let me surrender my desire and say, Lord, okay, I want a ring, but let me just drop my desire. Let me drop my desire and accept your own desire. Guess what? When you open that teddy bear, the God I know, the loving, sweet, amazing, exceeding abundantly above God. He will give you that ring. You will see ring inside the teddy bear. You will see ice cream inside. You will see car inside. You will see beyond what you can ever ask, think, or imagine. Just because you were able to drop your desire. And the whole dropping desire thing is really debt. That is what I'm talking about. It's still this debt that you have to die to your own will, to your desire. I mentioned this in my first chapter of my book, that you have to die to that thing you think is right, to that thing you think is what you have known all these years, to you, yourself. You have to die. When you die, you will now see everything and beyond it that you actually truly desire, but you don't know. Because you yourself, you are still discovering yourself. But God knows you in total. So because he knows you, he knows that even if you are going to marry a man today and you say the man likes banana, I'm not going to marry this man because I don't like banana. God knows that in 5 years' time, you will like banana. Because time is only happening here. He knows you. He has seen the end. So you think you don't like banana right now. But in 5 years' time, you will like banana and love it so much that this man might not look like what you are saying, tall, dark, and handsome, you know, everything. But in 5 years, you will thank God that you married this man. So I will just stop there. The truth is that many women, it is their desire that is still making them to be afraid. That thing that they desired, that fear is tied to something they desire and they're unwilling to let go of, which is an illusion because it will still come down. If God did not build it, it will still come down.
I love it. Oh dear, this is powerful, guys. I just want some people to drop so much hearts in the comment. This is so powerful. Oh God, it's so super powerful. Thank you. This is amazing. I just want to put some disclaimer further to say that this conversation is not about you leaving your marriage. It's not about you taking a rational decision.
Yeah.
It's about discovering yourself and who you really are through death. The death is not like you really dying. You have to die spiritually to something. Let me give you an example. When I was in Nigeria before I moved to the US, there were a lot of things I had. Like I didn't even come into the US with my things because I thought I was going to go back. You know, immediately it was just a visit, and the reason why I'm saying that so that people will understand that sometimes dying to things, and I really need to say this because I see this a lot during my coaching session, that a lot of people are struggling to come out. It's only you that can really heal yourself.
Yes.
And you have to come to that point of healing, and that's what Enifome was saying, by allowing God to kill that flesh.
Yeah.
In my own case, I lost everything. I didn't even come with everything. There was a time I had designer, I had this jewelry. I had so much things that I didn't even come with. And I saw life in a different form. And when I'm telling that my story, my expression is that I literally died. Because I was coming from an environment where I had people helping me to do this, do that, support me with my kids. I had several helps. Now in America, you're on your own. I'm doing it alone. And I had a business. Everything was gone. Because, so that moment was my own dying season.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I was
so good.
dead to self, dead to things in life I knew before. Yes. Even though, just to tell you that you really hit a lot of nail. You know, I don't know how to express this. You know, when I had a business. Success that you see is not success until you are in the right path of doing what you are born to do. Where you are, I had employees before I left. I had a company before I left. Where you are, but you thought you were doing okay.
Yes.
Success is not real success except is tied
Yes.
to God's divine intention and purpose for your life.
So good.
And that's what people need to realize, especially women.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. See, there's a lot of
Sorry,
trend.
let me interrupt you small. There's nothing you amass. There's nothing. Even
There's
if you like, build
nothing.
1 million billion houses.
Houses. If God says that it is time, people have businesses and stuff, and then they just, before they know it, they are gone and they are sick. They're not even able to remember how much money they have in their bank accounts.
Oh wow. So good.
If you don't live for yourself, if you don't live for your generation, if you don't live for your children, and that's why I coach and I advise people, especially women in terribly abusive relationship, you have to get help.
You have to.
You have to get help. You cannot stay there because of what people will say, what society will say, what culture says, and then kill yourself. If you die, another person will take your place.
Fast.
Another
I have a
person will
video
live.
about that. It's fast. 2 weeks. I have a video that I did. This one I experienced it. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Telling you, people don't know.
That you just die for nothing, as in insignificant. No, forget you. Look at Osinachi. May God bless her memory. But nobody's talking about her again.
It's so sad.
Osinachi. Everybody became motivational speaker. He wants to say, why did she not leave? She should have left. She should have this. If she had come to your house, will you have housed her? Let's not even go to that discussion. Because women sometimes can be their own weapon formed against themselves.
You're right.
Let's not
again. That's why I said that every woman needs to be whole.
Yes.
Because your wholeness will make your family whole, will make society whole, will make the nation whole, will heal the system.
Yes. And let me say something. When I started before, I said a woman is a system.
Yeah.
So if you are not whole,
when you said that.
If you are not whole, you are creating a faulty system, an unhealed system, a traumatized system, an imbalanced system, a kwashoko system, a system that is not excellent, a system that people will continue even when you are gone. Because what you do now, your children are seeing you. They are watching you like a book. They are learning just by observation. How do you do your things? How do you, my kids see me when I'm speaking sometimes. One day I was praying, I just looked at my son, looking at me like, they were shocked like, because I had changed. I had been metamorphosed. I had switched. And they were right there. They're looking at me like, and I was wondering, what was happening to you? It looked like you were no longer here. I say, yes, I had gone.
This is true.
They are experiencing it. They are seeing me going for speaking engagements. They are seeing me, speaking live. They are seeing me coaching. They are seeing me doing things. They are seeing me on TV. It is doing something to them. So they are saying that, okay, when you wake up in the morning, you do your devotion, so you are creating patterns, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not. That pattern is creating a system of doing things that people after you will follow. So if you are not whole, and this is what I see many women doing, they talk, and when you hear them speak, you can literally feel the unhealed. You can know that this person is carrying,
pain, hurt,
pain. They talk with
unforgiveness.
Anger. They speak with so much anger, and they don't have love. They don't have love because they've never experienced love. Let me say this for any woman that is hurting. The only thing that can heal you is the love of God. the only thing that can heal you. That's the starting point. If you don't receive the love of God, if you don't believe that God loves you, irrespective of what you've done, irrespective of what you've been through, if you don't first believe that God truly loves you, and I see women that go through things and say, God doesn't love me, this is why I went through this, is not true.
It's not true. Yeah.
The enemy has lied to you, because the enemy knows that as long as he can keep you in that pain, he can use you to his advantage. He can use you as his tool. He can use you to destroy your family, destroy your business, destroy your children, destroy society, and now destroy yourself, because the end goal is for you to destroy yourself. Please just give me some time to deal with this thing. I watch, and I always use this example when I'm explaining about healing and bitterness and unforgiveness. Neka the Pretty Serpent on Netflix. It's a movie. Her parents were killed, and she was so angry, right? She was so angry that she went on a vengeance mission to kill those who killed her parents. And she was like, she was an unstoppable woman driven by that pain. Guess what? She actually did things that she didn't want to do, but she was driven by pain. She killed some people. She did some things. You know, she had blood stained on her hand. Guess what? By the time she was done killing all those people, because there was a particular woman that was pushing her, gingering her, telling her that these are the people that killed your parents. By the time she got to the final one, where I think she did, whether she killed, I don't know what, I can't remember again, it's been a while. But guess what? By the time she got to the end of her mission, she realized that the woman that killed her parents was the woman that was telling her to kill those people, because the woman did not want her to find out that she was the one that killed her parents.
Wow. Wow.
But the woman knew that that anger, that bitterness, that thing, unforgiveness, she could use it. So she used it and said, they killed your parents.
Wow.
And she just, she went on a mission that nobody sent her. Some of you have gone on mission 15 years, 10 years, trying to prove something, trying to avenge what God alone can avenge. You are looking for closure. You are looking for closure. So they must come and tell me sorry. They must see that I've arrived. They must, no, you are not yet dead. They're not dead. And so the devil can use you against yourself. And I always tell women, let go of that bitterness. Let go of that anger. But you can't do it if you don't, first of all, understand that God loves you, and that his love is higher, is wider, is deeper than anything that you have been through or that someone has done to you. If only you can receive that love, that is where your healing will start from. Because guess what? God's love will heal you first. It will heal you first.
Do you know what I usually say about that? I usually say that God's healing, God is the only one that heals
that can
you.
Heal you. Yes.
And
My sister.
Heals you, and it will leave no trace. You won't even see the sky. And then it will put you, it will put in you the desire to pray for those your enemy that hurts you.
Yes.
It is the only one that can. It's the only one that can turn things around. Nobody can heal you.
Nobody. I don't care what they call themselves. Like me, like even if, okay, so I don't think therapy is wrong, because I'm training to be a therapist, and I've been doing a lot of unpaid therapy that nobody, because I'm not certified, but I've been doing therapy for years.
No, therapy is very good. Yeah, it helps. It's part of the journey. That's what I usually say about that.
Yes.
You can start from there, but don't leave. Don't stop at that.
Magnify. Don't. Like I said in my post, I said don't replace your therapist with. Don't replace the Holy Spirit with your therapist. That's what I wrote. I said don't replace the Holy Spirit with your therapist.
Yeah, because it's only the manufacturer who is God that really knows you.
Yes.
He knows how he fixes. He knows the way he was able to create you. He created you. He
Yes.
knows what you're like.
Yes.
He knows things about you that you have not even discovered about yourself.
Yes.
So taking your repair to somebody who don't know, you will still have to come back. For instance,
Oh my goodness.
if I take my selfie,
Wow, so good.
if I take my car,
So
if
excited.
I take my car for self oil change and I say, okay, I want to do oil change at maybe a drive-through station somewhere quickly, and just they put the oil and I'm gone in 10, 15, 5 minutes sometimes So but do you know that you end up still going back to the dealership taking that car eventually?
Yes. Yes. So take yourself there in the first place. In fact, I always say this: let God choose your therapist for you. Let me
For
explain why
you.
this is so important. You see, when life knocked me down, one of the things I realized was that I was not an ordinary woman. That was one of the first things I realized. May God bless my dear friend, Pastor Joy. She said, the devil does not waste his time on idiots. Enifome. Hey! She said, if you were an idiot, or if you were, maybe there was not something there was nothing serious about you, the devil would not be, the devil would have not, no. The
Let me
devil
tell
doesn't
you
waste.
something. Let me tell you something so funny. Yesterday, I was still saying this to somebody, and guess what? The conversation was. Overheard a man of God talk about that. He was preaching, and then he was saying that the troubles he's gone through, things he's gone through in life, how God helped him. And the second speaker said the same thing, similar thing. The third speaker, the fourth. So a woman after the service now went to him and said, hey, Pastor, I heard you talk, this other man, that other man spoke about them going through some difficult times in life and challenges. She said she never had such challenges. What did they do wrong? Why are they being... So the man looked at her. The man looked at her and said, the response was so powerful. He said to her that it's because maybe your life does not really matter to the devil. You need to check yourself. Because you cannot, in fact, when things are so all right and okay for any woman, you need to check. I don't like it when women just sleep and sleep off on a lot of things.
They say it's peace. They say it's peace, that for peace to reign. So that peace, God told me that is not peace, it's an illusion.
Yeah, you're
Doesn't
right.
mean that there will be no peace. No. The presence of, he said to me, he said, peace is a person. Peace is me. That if I am present in a home, that home must have peace, no matter the kind of storms. There will be peace even in the storm. So when you are trying to say, I don't want storm, I don't want that thing, you are protecting so much that you say, because you want peace. That peace you think you have is not peace. It's an illusion of peace.
This has been so powerful. I've never done live that I exceeded 1 hour. Enifome, you are real fire. This has been amazing. Honestly, this as oh my goodness. It is the word for the season, is the word for the time, because there were so many confirmation, even that going into what has been happening. There are a lot of people I need to share this live with myself, because I think God just wants women healed. He wants, and you need to know why.
Honestly.
You need to know why.
So many women are hugging their pain. What happened to you is valid. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Your story
can't stay
matters.
there.
Your story is important. Your story will heal thousands of other people. thousands of other women. There are generation and children that are coming behind,
Hi to
that are
you.
coming after us, that are looking up to you. If you cover your pain, the possibility that they will cover theirs. If you cover yours, maybe with a plaster, they will cover theirs with a blanket. And that is how life and generation gets to be destroyed.
Yes, yes. That is how generational trauma happens, because you didn't deal with your pain. So that pain was transferred. Pain can actually be transferred. That's the truth. Pain can, and I don't know why you see. Kapu satire. You know that when I was 5 years old, my mother was crying in the bathroom. I can never forget it. I was 5. She was crying, and it was, you know, when somebody is crying and the crying is like, it's like heavy sobs, heavy. I can never forget it. My mom was crying. I cannot explain it, but what I know is that I went to the bathroom and I kept knocking, mommy, what's wrong? Mommy, open it. Mommy, I cannot explain, but I felt the pain in my chest at 5. I felt the pain in my chest, like my mom is in pain. Your kids are connected to you. They can feel things. I said I felt it. I didn't know why she was going. I said, what is my mom going through? Oh, mommy. The only thing I could do was hold the door just to stay there. And I held it and said, hey, mommy. And guess what? When I started to deal with, when God started to heal me, he made reference to that scenario. And he said, I carried her pain. Can you bear what happened? She said, it so touched me. It so affected me that I carried her pain. And I really wanted to fight, like help my mom, this one, that one, she should not go to everything I was doing. I carried her pain. Sincerely. And that pain, of course, brought a result to me that it's because I was carrying her pain. It wasn't my pain, it was her pain. But because she did not address it,
and that
she did not deal with it. Yes, it came to me. And if I did not deal with my own pain, whether I think I'm wearing fine wig or what, I am transferring. It's not, see, when we tell you that you're covering your pain, we need to make you understand the implication of covering your pain. You are transferring that pain to the next generation. That is what is going on. They don't need to be aware of it, but it will continue to affect them.
They see, children see, they see. Some may not be able to vocalize it, but they see and they are taking notes. They are making a mental note of everything that is happening. And that,
so
honestly,
if you're a parent here, please, if you're a mother here, learn to put your hands on your children's head and say and try to ask God to flush away every negative seed. It's very important, because the enemy sows the seed in childhood, because there's something he's aiming at. My own seed was sown as a child, and I cannot begin to tell you this IG life will not contain us, how it affected me. That's why I'm so passionate about helping women live again, because I experienced generation coming ahead of you because they did not deal with the pain. I know what it means because it happened to me. If God did not highlight it to me, I don't know who I would have become, sincerely. Maybe I'd have been all those activists that are angry, but God has not yet dealt with you. Because now I'm doing it from a place of compassion, because I know I've been through it. I don't want women to, I know the picture. And God has shown me what happens when a woman sleeps in my own life. The suffering I've been through just because people ahead of me were sleeping. They were trying to use English to explain what they were going through.
Yeah, I know.
See? So what you are going through is not a matter of English. Oh, carry yourself like a hen that wants to be slaughtered. I'm going to meet the Holy Spirit. Say, I have started a work for my body. I beg, from the head to the toe. let him flush out nonsense from your life. Honestly, this is two like minds. My sister is light, I'm light. This is what is going on in this thing. Like, we are sisters. Look at everything she said. Nobody can heal you. I always say that thing. Nobody can heal you except God. God can send somebody to heal you. He can send someone with his healing power, but the power to heal, it doesn't belong to the person. It's God. And look at you saying it. So I can understand if we are here for 1 hour. Well, if we've been here, it's because of who we are.
This is so good. Honestly,
Oh, wow.
this is so good. We cannot overemphasize the fact that the world needs you. You need to be whole. You need to be healed to be there for your family, for your society,
Yes.
for your nation as a woman.
Yes.
There's no amount. I think when women do the go, which is the norm these days, trying to amass, achieve this, be this, become that, and not really, really looking inward. I was telling you, we were talking earlier, and you were talking about the fact that healing, wellness comes from within. It's
Yeah.
not just the appearance.
Yeah.
It's not just the office about the office you occupy,
Yeah.
the car you drive, or what.
Yeah.
It has to come out
Yeah.
from your inside, because
Yes.
those things are not going to be able to save the situation or to save you when it
Yeah.
really gets down to it.
Yes. Yes.
So I've learned so much. This has been, I didn't even know that we're going to go this route, honestly. I did not know, but I think that God wants to liberate a lot of women. God wants to, because you can't just be crying alone
Yeah.
every night without doing anything
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
You cannot be in that dark space, because what you are getting afraid of eventually would happen.
What happened?
And your children, your generation will never forgive you, because you're a light. There's something about you. There's something you carry. And one more thing that I was going to mention is about what all of those challenges targets most is your mental health, your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a need to safeguard yourself in God, safeguard yourself getting help with like-minded women, get the right circle of women that are healthy to you, that are going to help you, that are going to help you evolve and become who God wants you to be.
So good. So good.
Because that best version
So
of
good.
you is what is needed. And and
So
it's
good.
so interesting to know that you don't even know it yet.
Yeah.
I tell every woman in my circle that you are a diamond wrapped. You don't know it yet. You need to discover yourself.
Exactly.
You need to search out. You need to find out who you are. And when you meet you will want to pay money to yourself. You will look back and say, oh man, I didn't deserve that life.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't deserve where I've been, but thank God. Honestly, I need to
I'm so
run.
excited because in short, we will talk, we will see in camera, because I'm excited. You will know. Hey, I'm so happy. There's something that God has started with this. I don't even know what it is,
Yes.
but I'm
Even
so
me,
grateful.
it's so
I'm so happy.
powerful.
I'm
Honestly,
so happy.
it's
I'm
so
happy.
powerful. It's so
Honestly,
powerful.
it's amazing. It's amazing. It's
Thank you so much.
amazing. You're most
Please,
welcome.
you will watch, guys, and follow, like, share. People need to hear this. Remember what I said earlier. Every woman has a responsibility to be a sister's keeper. We need to watch out for each other. We really do.
Very, very
So
important.
please share, like, and follow. God bless you all. I'm going to call you right now on my way out.
No
I
problem.
love you. Thank you
Love
for
you
doing
too.
this.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, 8 to 1. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining. Okay.